Good day, everybody. Welcome to the stream here. This here is Age of Empires. It's brand new. It's like out today. Yeah, like an hour ago. Which is great. Just enough so that enough time so that I could pick it up right before ending work and then go do rental stuff. Hey, Emin. So the game starts out by us having this option to go into this intro tutorial. Let's take it for a spin. What's up? So until now, I guess the music is okay. The map graphics are also fine. A little bit of drawing here, a little bit of drawing there. I mean, I've been waiting quite a while to see this screen at all, so.
Driven from their homes by armed invaders, a few hardy refugees faced the prospect of starting again. They would found a new village deep in the countryside. With a new settlement established, the first priority was locating a reliable food source. The simplest source was gathering from nature.
Quetta, Hestes, each winner. Hera, the wearer. Garth way off. Yeah.
Right, so they definitely have sort of wait.
Ferende, Undiete, a Helter,
Oh, arrow key.
Apple. Yes, sir.
Let's see how that goes. You can hear them rummaging. Guess that's. The weather sounds are off at this distance. At least very muffled. Wind is at least. Then down here. That sounds like a 2D soundscape. Gather 50 additional food.
With a healthy supply of food, the village could start to grow. To do so, it would need more hands to share the work.
Just wondering why these sound so wooded. This is a tree. They have some sort of basic sound design for these. And then this sounds like branches falling apart. Up on leaves. Foliage. It's just so bad. Okay.
Yaru. Yeah. Yaru. Cafe. Quetta. Meta.
I'm wondering.
Huh? Gadriende. Yeah.
That's a weird noise for that. Anyway. Click on a resource. What if we take this? And now we have a man, a guy. And then we can hear the difference between women and men. Or non-binaries, whatever. No need to here.
The new workforce could now turn to the growing village's needs. First, they would build a mill near their food source, so villagers could drop off gathered berries more easily.
Hey, Mike. Build a mill. Sounds very much like they're dropping something quite heavy. They're dropping off stuff. What if we're out? What if there's this many that drops off? It actually place it. You there? You can build a mill. Probably somewhere where.
Yes, Dilla. Where can they?
Okay, so the hammering is an animation sound, and the general building is a different sound, sort of like a
Next, the
Gresham
growing
one.
village would need wood to build with.
Hear us.
Yeah, taste this. You went they?
additional wood. Picking up. Can we somehow see?
Yeah.
Not possible to rotate the camera. Let's see. Anyway.
Quetta. Hester's. Hugh Wendy. Aware.
You barely hear them.
The growing community now.
One of the
had a
problems
steady
with many of
supply
these games
lumber.
is that
To make wood collection easier, villagers could erect a lumber camp near the forest.
Huh? Huh? Gongan day? Working day? Yeah. Worker.
what if we have two people working? Yeah, so the hammering
Yes, sound the end day.
hammering is animation based, and then we have the overall
Thanks to
progression
the camp,
sound of this.
Villagers no longer needed to travel as
being
far
built.
to drop off lumber. The village
And
now required additional
Once it's
houses
done,
to
there's like
support its
an
growing
ending loop
population.
of that. I'm wondering what if we interrupt that while working. Sorry.
Yaru. Gongan day. Working day. Working day.
What's here?
Yeah. Worker.
Yeah. Quetta. Ferrada.
Black screen.
Done.
Ah, you're on Twitch. Can you
With
head over to
additional housing in
YouTube
place,
instead?
Even more
Black
villagers
screen
could join
is
the
pain nails.
workforce. But
It's
a
the
populous
coolest,
village would soon exhaust the natural
This
food
happens
sources.
sometimes
To
on
grow, the
Twitch.
community
I don't know
needed
why.
dedicated farms.
YouTube.com/Cujo Sound. The same thing. Hey Patrick.
Yaru.
I haven't. But I should now that it's out on PC.
Where can they?
Quote unquote. Well, let's try and turn off the music as we do. Not because we dislike the music, it's simply because. Hey, Frederick. I don't know if they use any middleware here.
Working day.
We could try and Google it.
Done.
Here the worker.
Woodsmen and farmers now kept the village well supplied. Further growth required knowing the countryside and finding more resources.
This would
For
seem
that,
to say.
communities employed scouts.
Who's a scout? So here we have a scout.
Able to move quickly and see great distances, scouts were key to discovering new resources. The most important thing for a scout to locate was a ready source of gold.
Can we just get him to scout?
Yes, sir.
I haven't worked with meta sounds yet. Real. Probably. I don't know if I will. Shit. Hey Greg. I don't know if I will because I haven't worked with it and we're not going to use it in the projects that I'm on.
Yes, sir.
Using Unreal 5.
Ridende. Yeah, yeah.
But I'm thinking. I don't even know what. I'm not doing it from Game Pass. No, I bought it.
Asteriende.
It is on Game Pass.
Yeah, herende. Gande.
Well, let's.
Hestes. Air the worker.
To prevent having to haul ore large distances, expanding communities would establish a mining camp near the source of gold.
Ridera.
Huh? Yes, sir. Working day.
Fore guarda. Ridende.
It's 218 gigs. Okay. Well, then I understand why it took so long. Let's hear this.
Quetta. Each a willer.
Right. So listen, notice the construction loop when playing, and then the hammering. Let's also listen for the ambient is on the right, left. So it's clearly only the visible area of the game. If we go into darkness, it's just howling thing. So there's clearly some sort of, it knows that we can see this. Of course, it's the area of the game, but most likely. What about here? Yeah, so when there's fog of war, there's a slight wind howl, which isn't there for a visible area. It's a nice switch, sort of like making it completely. Like, we totally know what we can see on the map right now.
Yaru. Yeah, yeah.
You
Quetta.
there.
Working
Finish
day. Off to Delphin.
A well-placed camp
Hey, Nodex.
ensured
Nice to see
efficient
you.
gold mining.
Right. Did it just rotate? Gather additional gold.
Yaru. Gapway.
Hey.
Voodoo. Yes, sir. Ferende. Delfende.
So I'm thinking this mill here. What if there are
Huh? Yeah.
more mills?
With a good supply of gold, the village was becoming a large town.
Let's see if there are two
The
of these
signpost of this growth would be the
mills
construction
that
of a
actually
large
play.
landmark.
Here, Werta.
Okay, this is kind of strange because notice how the two loops are identical, slightly out of sync. So whatever we hear on the left side, hang on. And it's working again. Okay, sorry. Didn't know that my... Okay. Something's up with my sound card. Anyway. No, it's not the mic. It's like the sound card just said it was offline. Anyway. Notice how the left and right mill, they have identical loops, so no randomization on these. And whenever we hear something on the left, we about 1 second later hear it on the right. The variation. On the left, on the right. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, but Anno is also by Ubisoft, and this is by Xbox. Xbox Development Studios, whatever they're called. So it's two different things, but this is quite busy, yeah, compared to Anno and other games. Anyway, let's advance. We have plenty of... Scanner Sombre. I haven't, but... Abbey of Cain. Probably one of those buildings where we would... If we knew, we would probably have a lot of... It would probably be a strategic advantage in placing it in a certain place, but right now we don't know, so...
Work and day.
Oh. Seems like the animation of these little golden fellas is the one that is synced to the loop. Let's help her out, okay? See how this goes.
With the landmark
Are you
in
there?
place, the once
Right.
sleepy village announced itself as a thriving feudal township. The townsfolk had been driven from their homes before, however. This time, they would defend themselves.
Learn to use spamming.
The first step would be constructing a barracks for infantry.
What the feature got? It's timber theos.
So the animation, the sound of this loop seems it's attached to
Egypt
these
Luke, that.
spawning worker, like fictional
Once it had a
golden
barracks,
guys.
the
I'm
town
wondering
could
if
establish a standing force of soldiers.
it's the spawning of
Infantrymen armed with spears
the guys
were a
that
common choice for
trigger
these
the sound,
militias.
or if it's the sound that actually triggers those guys. Could be both ways. Anyway, do we even know? We don't get any information about
Yaru to
how
work.
the-
Fetch in they would.
Anyway, let's see. Rally point is there. Yeah. Many as possible.
Yarway.
Is the production sound different?
Yes, sir. Garwigan.
Is the production sound of this guy the same every time he spawns? Yeah, it is. Or at least the variation is very poor, because
Yarway.
if that's the same click, okay, that's really odd, because that would make this game extremely monotonous after very few minutes of gameplay. I kind of like. Can we pause this?
Yes, sir.
So, like, if we're here in this area, the sound of the mill and all of these, they're quite cluttering together. Like, there's no focus on what's immediately in focus. So if we start building these guys again. This military building doesn't seem to have any production sound,
Yahweh.
like when active or actually producing stuff. Quite weird.
Yarway.
Okay. What about
The town now had a militia and could look to reclaim the lands lost to invasion. The invaders had blocked the road north with a stout palisade. Although spears were of little use against these walls, the militia could burn down the obstacle with torches.
That Shule Bayo Timbrand.
Yarway. Yerwa. Rit nu.
can we
Yes, sir. Remet Garu.
in control type? Double leg cliff and experiment to take all such units on screen. Okay.
Each okay that.
Aknawa. Garwigan.
One.
Mid-May.
And two, okay. Might change with different troops, that is absolutely correct. I'm just wondering why it's the same click for this character. That seems a little weird.
Yarway.
Where can I see how many?
Garwigan.
What's our face, eh? And your work, eh?
Hey, Talenda. Cool bleach.
So I like the
Yes, sir. West Duala.
so when they're muffling on the side of things, it seems like
on your celly.
there's a slight reverb increase on them.
What's her face, eh?
So now she's in the middle, but if they're out here on the left.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like the reverb is a little slightly louder when they're on the edge of the screen. That's something. Okay, we can attack that.
Where they here? It's a willa.
But-
Don't take that. Garwigan. Aseta.
Where's the water?
We like deselect.
Yaru to work.
Anyway, go. And I'm pretty sure we have enough of these. What, 6.
Hester's commended.
And your work, eh?
Each will be a self-ending.
Anyway.
And you
Järve, Garwigan.
That click does seem to get annoying over time. I wonder if it's different per troop. I mean, in this case, we did have to build 10 completely equal troops. That's... I'm wondering why we can't... Oh, we can! Hold Alt. Click. Nice! Anyway. What if I...
Cometh on.
I'm just wondering why I...
Yes, sir. Garu, Farath. Hurrah!
Right. So there's like a main voice, and then the group size probably determines the mumbling of all these guys.
Astirath, Garwigan.
Yeah, one thing also, Mike, might be for reasons of accessibility. There was a lot of accessibility options in the main menu that you haven't seen. But they seem to have a lot of accessibility stuff, which might explain why stuff doesn't have variations, like you would get familiarized with one click or another click or whatever.
Mid-May.
Anyway, let's back
Garwigan.
this battle. Oh, so notice the panning here. Goes far left, straight to the middle. The panning is quite harsh. Like there's no delay or timing. It's like filtering over time.
With the road open, the militia could now reclaim their lands in the north.
All right.
Cometh on.
What a bad
Yeah?
scout here.
First, the spearmen had to deal with a lone sentry.
Garu, Astirath, Garwigan. Garu, Farath.
Let's Which one do you say, Frederick? The change in...
Aggressively, the militia eliminated
When
the
attacking?
enemy sentry.
It's like, I like when they're...
The invaders had a small cavalry camp guarding the road, but the militia was ready to attack.
Garu, Farath. Cometh on.
Notice also, like, what I really like is that it does really sound like this size of army. What if we pick these guys?
Cometh on. Each will. Mid-May.
So do these four guys sound like the same footsteps like these guys?
Garwigan.
Almost.
Garu, Farath.
What if it's one guy?
Aknawa.
That's
Spere asterende.
almost nothing.
Tremes.
It's two guys.
Garu, Farath. Astirath,
And there's a
Garwigan.
tiny extra sound on group size depending on footsteps.
Yerwath, Garwigan. Cometh on. Yes, sir. Yes.
Totally trying to sound Scandinavian, Icelandic or something.
Garu uppe. Mid-May. Hurra.
But what if we, all these?
Each will.
It's not much difference. I mean, yeah, it's the difference between 1, 2, 3, and 4. But once we're like above 4 militias, it's like it's the same sound. Moving about. Interesting. Anyway,
Aknawa.
attack and just kill these guys. Eliminate the horsemen. Destroy the enemy stable. It does have a nice touch to it for combat. does actually, I mean, the spear sound might be a little loud. But it does really feel like aggressive combat nearby. I like that.
Militia to win the day. All that remained was to destroy the invaders' stables. The invaders' cavalry post was destroyed, but other enemy positions awaited further up the road. Hostile archers defended the next camp.
It's pretty intense, yeah, but this is...
Disadvantage.
So, my guess is that once we have large battles, where there's like...
The township needed cavalry of its own to deal with this, and so it needed to build stables.
Once we have
deploy that
enemies
cavalry quickly,
up here,
The
and
town needed to build their stables.
giant armies like these, then I would like have an army up here,
Fortunately,
an army down here. When
villagers
we have one of
came
those
to
big
hiding
battles,
and joined the effort.
then when they attack, I'm pretty sure it's going to sound pretty intense. That's going to be pretty cool, I think. Window here. So now we can build 2 stables.
What's our faith, eh? That's
This is-
so by your timber.
Be a dick and build it on top of theirs.
He's your worker. What's our faith, eh? There you will. Each timber Theos.
Right. Yeah, cannons and stuff. Lots of things attacking each other. Probably like
Fair
what are they
enough.
called? Total war games. Those games have nice sound for combat.
On game day, you take her.
Things.
Yes,
Feels
sir.
like-
Where's the water?
Those are only house. Build 2 stables.
Yarrow to work. That and your worker. Each your
Help,
worker.
help a brother out, build a stable. Anyway,
Each a brookie that.
hopefully this tutorial will be over real soon so we can actually
With
go in.
stables in place, the
Combat.
town could field
Like an
horsemen
actual mission.
of its own.
Use 15 horsemen. Isn't it supposed to be like 4 horsemen? Oh. Single player. Can't we play like skirt? Good old. Let's just make. Trebuchets and cannons are satisfying. Okay, let's sandbox. Why can't I? Why can't we turn these on? More. Okay, so at least we're more now. Let's try this out, see how it goes. Tutorial enemy landmarks, or control all the sites, or build and defend a wonder. We are the one. There it goes. What? Oh. I didn't mean to have this guy on my team, but we'll probably survive. Let's see. Delhi Sultanate. Still bothered by the fact that WAD
准备就绪，
S-
拿去了。
Okay, clearly like trying to sound Chinese. Okay.
了不
明白，数不中。
骑马骑，面练，住宿，
冇，
准备就绪，
We can't.
转早，看早东，面北，韩国东，
Larger map, of course.
村民，
And how much food do they make? Cereal.
你数，行进中。
骑马骑，港造东，
Finish this.
面北，面北，
Wasn't there like rock here?
好，转早，
Then we get all materials quick.
面北，港造东，
You see, now the map is totally not as busy as before when we're actually playing the game rather than in the tutorial.
看
Kind
早东，
of like this. And here he's getting okay. More houses.
看早东，
Totally. Come on.
骑马去，
Need. There, go and yeah. Oh, this is the end of the map.
骑马骑，骑马骑，转早，
Palisade gate, palisade wall.
听下边，不专注。
拿客流，哦，骑马骑，
This psh sound is quite weird. I think. It doesn't really match. But at least what I imagine. Definitely.
骑马骑，
Farm.
港造东，准备就绪，啊，
But I'm wondering what they're gonna do. Like we did already hear before that two mills next to each other had the same loop running, which I find quite disappointing. Psh is the indicates that a new worker is born. You can hear it now. He comes out. Like
面北，
it's just a weird sound for it. I mean, like really. I think it's a weird sound for it. Very noticeable, but we did talk about it before that we think that for accessibility reasons, all the sounds really do stand out, which for accessibility reasons is a good thing. And This, like, this mill is totally the same looping sound as the other mill. So my guess is that all mills have this. Still wondering if we build like 5 mills next to each other, what happens? Reached the feudal age and we haven't. We definitely need more workers. We're totally behind. What about?
命令鸡，当年
Yeah. Oh, we're not that behind compared to. That's our ally. If we could. Kind of quiet. I mean,
骑马骑，
should have factories. But what if we turn the music back on? How cluttered, clogged do soundscape? Wondering. Huh. Oh. So the
命令一人动，
right, and this
骑马
guy-
骑，
两杯。
Ally is under attack. Well, that's his own fault. Since he... Wow, the map is small. Okay. I guess that's why we palace it.
两杯。看早。
港造东，
看早东。牙克流。
请下边，
军备
完
就
全
绪，
进空中，
What's
一
this
见
guy
早
doing? Yeah, he needs to die.
好。耿作东。
面杯，
准备就绪，正在击開，
Light cavalry.
命
And
令，記低，再去，
get some combat. Come on.
面杯，小日本，面杯，军备就绪，
Can we? Longer ranges.
转槽，
命令。骑马骑。
Age of Age of
必
Empires.
奏牙克流。
It's actually correct. I find that noise kind of
耿
strange.
作
Like,
东。
why is it there?
看早。两杯。看早东。啥喜欢？
All try and. How does it?
他会更好的。
It's super distracting. I mean, it's probably for the better. I mean, in terms of what it does, but I find it
是的，
next time.
您好。
Consider villager health.
现在招手攻击。 流氓分了。
Yeah. Avery Hearts, by the way. Yeah, the psh sound. It's kind of weird. Right, you might be right, Frederick, that this was a trademark from before. I just find it.
铁盔就在附近。
Oh, we have this building here. But we need sacred site.
地球按亮亮，抢线中，当然可以。19克。
必看，
And we
您这样
definitely need some. Automatic tax.
有工作，
It had something like it.
是的，
That
您
psh
好。
noise.
俺会建造它，
Let's build a giant palisade.
俺辞旧干换。他会更好的，
是的，您好。
俺辞旧干换。俺会建造它。
您是村民在此。有工作，正在 kill。是的，您好，正在移动。您是要什么？
Forces are under attack. Hey, what the hell? God damn it! We have nothing.
村民带走了。
And we quite fast need
快
to
点
build.
好的，挺好。有人在放箭。
I like this.
干得漂亮！亮亮来
Go.
了， 我的矛头。
What is this sacred site? Yeah, I mean, I know that I pretty much suck at this game right away, but let's try and see here. Go, attack them! Enemy attacking landmark. What landmark? We're so dead.
你是要什么？好，
准备好电报。急救吧！兵兵，警惕继续。他们看我呀！前方靠敌，马上就干！长毛兵。长毛兵。
有工作。您是要什么？
有敌镜头，小大攻击。
Yeah, the under attack horn is there's definitely a lot of accessibility stuff going on here, where not only accessibility for people who need accessibility, but also for people who are not handicapped in that regard. But for us to get information about what is going on, where are we, what's happening, why are they? Who's attacking? What are they doing? Etc. Etc. Build spearmen. Go there.
南门村民需要提示。免牌。
I need them all to just. Let's try some combat here.
地下街。
All right, so in terms of gameplay, we definitely need to be way more aggressive when we play this.
新的粮。
And we need to gather China. Chinese buildings. This building has a lot of text. Yeah, under attack. I don't know if it was for accessibility back then, because of limitations in terms of to be able to play and what sound to play, but I would assume that when it comes to this game and audio direction, it's definitely something that they have chosen. Build more houses.
调更造，
大家准备。他会更好的。
Story.
拿辞就可。
地球就下。
Down there.
拿很高兴。
Bing. It's under attack.
枪苗兵准备好，枪苗兵。
Yeah, Minby.
准备好，
Why they just run there? Okay.
兵兵。是。枪苗兵，警惕秩序。来吧，人列。
Yeah, just run away.
枪苗兵。
有工作。
命令来了。
How do we rotate this?
拿坏干操他。 拿辞
That is
就
annoying.
能还。
一套人。
What is this? Yeah, the wall is totally carrying this game.
大家准备。他会更好的。
There.
指向听好，准备。
准备看环。拿坏干操
What?
他。
How do I?
是的是，拿坏的。
He repair? Why can't he repair?
有工好的免赔。 奢要行吗？
So what if
是的，您好。拿瓷镜看船。拿坏干草点。
有给前锋，
亮亮了吃饭。该走了。拿坏干草他。拿瓷就干活。
迎边，将包，杆子准备好，杨标兵。是，挑起天幕眼睛，杨毛兵。
they're keeping them, they're so busy. I mean, we did start a game where it's probably one of those situations where because there's team 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, then I remember, if I remember correctly, in the old Warcraft games, then it was always then it was constantly being, let's say, constantly being everybody against you, regardless of what you were doing. Stonewall. What if I want to upgrade this? I can't do that. Enough wood. Okay. We're so dead. We're so dead. It's very fast-paced, but also notice that we do have us and an AI in teams together, and then four or five other guys on a very, very small map. I'm still wondering what's up with these sacred sites. How do we control those? Shoot, Bakar, shoot. Yeah, it seems so. Anyway, let's try. So we're getting spammed with all these notifications all the time. I mean, sure, but if it's under attack, that seems like it's quite often. But when we're here, like, I like the sound of this combat, but I find it quite strange that they're doing what they're doing in regards to these notifications. Maybe like campaign difficulty. Anyway, while we're at it, why don't we listen to the accessibility? Let's see. Subtitles. Read incoming chat messages. UI narration. No. Smart. But we can't take these notifications on. There's quite a lot of them. Accessibility is a total buzzword in modern video game development. And it's very, very much a thing that a lot of studios want to do. Try to do, because if you get known for being a game that blind people or deaf people cannot play, then okay, that's not necessarily bad being known for being that game, but if you're the type of game where you're helping these people, when you're helping handicapped people or people who need accessibility, then you're clearly on the good guy's side. So accessibility is a good thing. Also, accessibility, I think, maybe not in this case because it's a little over the top in terms of the notifications and how it works with the psh sound that we heard before. But I must agree that if you use accessibility right, it's not only for the hard of hearing or the visually impaired. It's also quite for let's say the non-handicapped players. For us to have a better gaming experience, it doesn't have to be there is this feature for the hard of hearing or this feature for the visually impaired. No, the game. If you can make it flow together, then you can make it sound like that it's part of the whole experience for everybody. That's quite interesting. It's quite hard to do, of course, but it's one of the things that I, at least with my UX team, is definitely taking into account when we're working on stuff. Why is it that we're only fighting this red guy? What about the... Has he seriously taken everything? Oh no, they're colored by allies. Right, so we don't even know which one of them it is. And wood! We need wood. All right, but what if we I'm just gonna say that. I like the melting sound going in and out of these. We don't have a dedicated UX team for sound, but we have a UX team that takes sound into account on some projects. And we also have, like previously, I'm not saying the UX were bad, but previously UI and UX was like put together so hard that it was all about user experience only in terms of what do you see, what you can touch, and so on. And now UX seems more like a combined thing where we're in it together, like someone oversees everything that's going on. Learn. You definitely learn. Mind me saying that I'm actually really bad at games like. Now, Frederick, so on one of the bigger projects that I'm on right now, we have a couple of UX people, but they're all interested in sound. Like every time they want to provide information to the player about now this is happening, or you can now do this, etc., etc. And the modern age UX designer, which I consider them to be, they do not care if they provide that information with visuals, with graphics, with aura or telekinesis or whatever. They just want the information there. So they get in touch, and it's really nice. The Norman campaign. Let's try this. Maybe we can get a mission where we're not dying the very first instance. Turn on me.
Some events leave a deep
Okay.
mark on history, but none on the
Decent
land.
graphics. I mean, nice 3D CG. Yet it's
This
not.
is the site of the Battle of Hastings. After almost 1,000 years, no traces of the bloody conflict can be seen. But here, the
Anyone
fate
ever
of
been to
England
Hastings?
turned.
Seen this?
It's where a king was killed, and his victor claimed the throne. October 14th, 1066. We know what happened here on this day, thanks to this. The Bayeux Tapestry. A carefully preserved illustrated record of events. It shows the main players. Harold, the newly crowned Anglo-Saxon
The main
King
players.
of
That should be
England,
us.
and his
Why doesn't she
challenger,
know our name?
William, Duke of
But-
Normandy.
I like how this is
William
becoming a
claims
history
the previous
lesson.
king had promised him the crown.
I remember that from some of
So,
the other
he
previous Age of
assembled an
Empires
army,
games. Learned about
prepared to sail
Barbarossa
to
and a lot of
England
others.
to fight
That's
King
nice.
Harold for the throne. But a storm thwarted his plans. Meanwhile, Harold discovered that a Viking invasion had landed in the north.
Yeah, of course we had.
Threat to his crown. So he raced to fight them.
Not that I
In
condone
France,
what the Vikings
William
did, but
waited for the right
us.
conditions to sail across the channel to England.
this is great. I mean, this is like watching the Discovery Channel.
The weather cleared. He
It's
seized
nice footage. I mean, this is well done. I mean, if this was on the Discovery Channel or other documentary
50
channels like
miles
National
north,
Geographic or something,
Harold had defeated the Vikings.
this would totally go as a
Hearing of William's
documentary,
arrival,
or at least some, like
his army
historical
spread south.
explanation of something.
At 9 o'clock in the morning, on this hill, William's Norman army were ready to do battle with Harold's Anglo-Saxon men. The stage was set, and up for grabs, England itself.
Up for grabs, England itself. I mean, after Brexit, England kind of is up for grabs, but let's not off that. That was a nice. That was nice work. Seriously. Anyway, let's take a look at the beginning of this campaign here and see if there's any difference, if we can actually build stuff and get something up and running, and then that's. I'm not. I like the sounds that they're
On
using,
October 14th, 1066,
but to me their
William of
implementation seems a
Normandy
little
stood
limited.
ready for battle at
Not
the base
thinking
of the hill.
about what if you have multiple
High ground
buildings
belonged
next
to
to
King
each
Harold
other,
of England and his
and
Anglo-Saxon
the
army.
combat sounds nice, but
Here, on this hilltop,
the notification
fate of
sounds
England
totally
would be
kills it.
decided.
Okay. Control A.
Est de besoigner.
Can't we pick these? Okay. Control A.
Donnez-moi vos advits.
You should just stay
En
there.
vostre service.
William's Norman army made the first charge, launching a direct assault on the
Who
shield
inspires
wall.
nearby soldiers? Revive leader.
Though William's army fought fiercely against the shield wall, it would
Yeah,
not
the
yield.
implementation seems a
one
little
man
clunky.
fell,
I mean,
another
no
took his
variations
place.
on the buildings.
Overlapping shields
No
into
variations
formation
on
made for a
all these
near
things, and
impenetrable barrier.
These animation
Realizing
notifications
his
over
army could not
here.
break the shield wall, William called for a retreat.
But at least there is some kind of ducking going on whenever the VO is
Aimed
over.
to lure the Anglo-Saxons into a false sense of victory, causing them to break formation.
Show your unit. Die. What if we go over here? Rescue your leader.
William's feigned retreat was working. The Anglo-Saxon army broke their shield wall formation, leaving gaps for William to make a move.
Are we seriously losing the first part of the campaign?
No longer in shield wall formation.
Not super happy
William
about that.
picked them off as they charged.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, the shouting at us, this would okay.
More Norman men-at-arms reinforced William's army.
Come on. Is this guy here to go? Oh, he's there. That's a good question. I mean, I would like it to be so that... You there, William. Just fuck off so you don't die, okay? I mean, I would like it to be so that history gets rewritten if you fail or win and stuff like that. I recently played a board game for the Civil War in the US, and that was like, if you rewrite history, like the Confederates win or the US loses or similar, or you lose certain parts of the battle, then the game was over. That was like the whole point of it. So that was pretty cool. Bye. How many Right, okay, so you can't win this part of the campaign unless you use all these. Unless you use all your like maintenance units, what's it called?
The Anglo-Saxons had deployed rows of spearmen to push back the invaders. But William had an answer. His sharp-eyed archers.
The archers are like, where are the archers? Oh, they are there?
Okay. Norman archers joined the battle.
Right. We need to use the attack button. Let's see. I don't really want to fail, Nodex, but it would be nice to know if history gets rewritten. But I'm getting a little fed up with William's constant shouting thing. And the weapon sounds are not too loud, but they seem out of context compared to the rest of the combat, all the shouting and stuff. But we have determined already before that combat was sort of, all the combat shouting is sort of set up like in layers, so it knows how many there are. That came to
And the
sense
Normans'
with
deadly cavalry ready to charge.
that came to sense with the
But first, William's
footsteps of
forces
these characters. So
had
it definitely
William
knows how many have been
spearmen,
picked, and so
whose sturdy pole arms could easily bring down a horse.
spearman. There's something with the notice that UI thing, two UI pieces on top of each other. That's kind of super weird. That is bad UX. Seriously need to know.
With the threat of spearmen cleared from the field, William's cavalry was free to charge at the Anglo-Saxon archers.
Yeah. Like, no difference in William's voice. Hey, Owen, by the way. No difference in how far out I'm sitting here for certain sound. And then when I zoom in, general combat gets louder. Hey, Orion. Nice to see everybody
The
here.
Anglo-Saxon army was in
Going
disarray.
around. Nice.
Their shield wall had been neutralized, and their numbers were dwindling. Now the only thing standing between William and victory
So,
was King Harold himself.
there's a slight increase in volume, but I can't zoom further out than this.
The last of Harold's men
So it's very
prepared
very,
to lay down their lives.
limited how much I can do anything that affects the sound. King Harold. Die, King Harold. Die!
More Norman cavalrymen took to the field.
Okay. The VO definitely ducks everything. So that's nice. But she's also TD on top of everything.
The Anglo-Saxon King Harold had fallen. In the confusion, some loyal soldiers fought to the death,
I mean,
while others scattered in panic.
right. We can. How far could. Okay, so King William is audible almost regardless of where we are. Hey, Rand, that's nice. That's nice. And congrats on the Ashes game that came out. Just, what was it,
The
yesterday?
Normans celebrated victory over the English king, but William's quest to rule England
I
just
am
beginning.
yet to play it. I was actually trying to see if I could get a free copy, but apparently. But congrats on that game. And nice of you to get a job. And I'm glad you remembered the talk in Bristol. Bristol was a very, very nice time, just 2 days hanging out.
At the Battle of Hastings, the death of one man changed the course of history. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold was killed here, on England's south coast. His army defeated by William of Normandy. Anglo-Saxon rule was over forever. At Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day 1066, William was crowned the first Norman King of England. Now he had to secure power across the country. He began by stamping his mark on the landscape, building cathedrals and castles.
I would watch this
Nations.
historic documentary if it was filmed like this.
Nothing like them had been seen in
And
England.
I also like if they continue like this,
They reminded
as you
the
just said,
Anglo-Saxon population
the whole
exactly who was in charge.
like history lesson we're getting throughout the game. I mean, if she does continue to talk all the time, it's going to be kind of weird. But
Anglo-Saxon revolts
Still nice.
broke out across the country. King William acted quickly to crush these rebellions. But there was one region where dissent was spiraling out of control. The north of England.
the north of England. There's always trouble in the north of England.
1069, a group of lords from Northumbria formed an alliance with Viking invaders.
Okay.
Together they approached
Clearly ancient York.
a large city with an important cathedral, still protected
This is
by walls.
I don't know if this is particularly
walls
England's
couldn't
campaign.
save
It's called the Norman campaign.
The city and the castle fell to the rebels.
I guess true England
William's
campaign.
was under threat. He had to get the city back under Norman.
What I'm wondering is that since this is the campaign, this seems more like a history
William had
lesson.
no
And
choice
as
but
much
to
as we
order
just
his
talked
men
about that we liked the English lesson, this seems like
As the Norman forces
dragging
set off
out a
on their
little.
long
Like if you
march
really
towards
watch
York,
these.
how much resistance from the
And I'm
rebels
wondering
did
how
they
much
encounter?
automation, like script, there was in terms of that first mission. Like, was it really possible? Yeah, those visual overlays are sick. Really awesome. But from what we can conclude, this the stream is too long. Get to the end of this. So the sound design is nice, but too monotonous for accessibility. Kind of what we... Implementation seems a little clunky because they, like with the mill and other things, they have nice sounds on each buildings, but no variation and no randomization. It means that two mills next to each other will sound like two mills with a loop out of sync, which bad. Also, because if they were really close to each other, you would probably get some phasing or other problems. I'm wondering why it's like that. But so far, combat sounds quite nice. We haven't gotten to cannons or anything like that yet. Probably soon, whenever play this a little further. So, thank you for watching, everybody. Or should we grab on something specific? I don't know. Good.
William the Conqueror marched north, with his army of Normans determined to take back the rebel-held city of York. But in his path stood rebel towns that harbored William's northern enemies. He would take the towns back by force.
Goes. Yeah, I don't know what they've used for implementation in this before, but I would assume it'd be wise. It's very rare to see someone using Fmod or anything like that these days, but can't say for sure. Can't say. You can't. Anyway, let's try. Hey, Andy. Nice. Capture Middlethorpe. Okay.
Access vos, compagnon.
Good for you.
En cela.
This guy.
Attendez les commandements.
Mandes. Parat.
Or
Obéir, c'est vertu.
Exploro.
I like the fake French though. I mean, that's something that we did similar for Hitman, just faking languages, just by using the same types of phonetics and then
Parat. Escolto.
make it sound like it.
Exploro. Cavalarios. Cursores. Ici.
Capture middle.
Bene audite.
Donnez-moi vos habits. Je suis votre serviteur.
Audite.
Let's try attacking the cities. Should we try maybe without them? Kill the music. Maybe it would say there, but no text. We tried to Google, but we couldn't find anything about it.
Audite, serviente. In avance, serviente.
Non, test d'obéir.
Si, parat. Je veux vos obéis. Attention. Obeio.
Hey, Ivan! Nice to see you here too. Yeah, I need to get back to it. The whole moving thing to this new house and this new studio. It's kind of hard. But, back at it. I'm back at making more videos. A lot of stuff coming. Great. Else we sort of
The Normans captured the
Run out of
town of
ideas, right?
Middlethorpe, establishing their presence in the north.
You found Vem files,
With
then
reinforcements to his army
it's
soon
definitely
arriving,
wise.
William would need more resources to supply them.
So, cheers, Owen. And Andy, apparently your work didn't go unnoticed. Massive. Where are you at these days, Andy, by the way?
Bene. Spero. Laburo.
Ubi vado? Si. Capians.
Ubi vado.
Me. Capere.
Me?
We need food. That.
Che? Ambulo. Spero. Capio.
Che?
You moved up north. Didn't we just agree in this game that all trouble in England come from the north? Anyway, 011. You working on something cool? And I know Middlesbrough.
Ascolto.
Not that I know of the place, but I know
Escolto.
how they perform in various manager games. I'm always playing against them.
Quod? Laburo. Che? Ascolto. Sono.
Nice. Looking forward to hearing about that. Your own project, more responsibility. It sounds like the right move.
Si.
Gonna have to look that up. Sounds really interesting. I'm really happy for you. This project. Let's
Je vos votre service.
chop some wood.
Si.
4 additional farms. Build 2 additional houses. So here we go about this mill here. It's always the same loop. The loop isn't very long. I'll probably say like 4 or 5 seconds.
What?
And that bothers me by the fact that we have all these looping options and no variation. I mean, like we talked about for accessibility reasons, sure, a lot of things will have to be the same over and over and over again, but not this mill. That shouldn't be the same. Ever.
Me.
Ever.
Laburo. Spero.
Parats.
Ascolto.
Parat, escolto. Ensala.
Ubi vado.
Vado.
Si.
Cursores. Vado.
Mandemans.
Nice. That was like really like a nice move, Andy. Really happy. Need wood. Need wood.
Alla materia. ¿Qué?
What? Me. Seco. Parat somes. Alla materia.
Build 2 additional houses.
Si.
Okay, so this game is totally more refined than the previous game, but there's plenty of things in it that way more refined than the older games, but I'm not, not disappointed in it, but there's some stuff that
In avant.
let's try actually let's wait and try and listen.
In avant.
We did determine that they have loops, so what if it's one horse?
Vado. Zitto.
Additional? Right.
Cavalians. Cavallarios.
2 horses.
Si. Comprendo. A calque cavalario.
What if it's
Scaraformata
3?
odio. Si. Ok. Ensala. Perfecte. Cavallarios quitamus.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to watch them all. I will, of course, still be doing like actual videos.
In avant,
But
cavallarios.
these videos on demand and the streams, they're kind of a little more interesting because we sort of like dig head deep.
Parat. A calque cavallarios.
Maybe we should start doing ice sessions.
Quiete cavallo.
What if we move
Quiete cavals.
them all?
Ensala. Cavalario.
So it knows we're a group because there's only the main voice and then all these muffled. Yeah, the spatialization is
In
kind
avant,
of weird.
cavallarios.
Because also, notice this here, Andy. By the way,
Bene.
right now it's dead center.
Cito. In avant, cavallarios. Ensala.
The panning. I mean, sure, this is the whole screen, but it's like with like over here. Like over here and to over here. Like once you exit these areas, it's like the panning is fully left and fully right. And that bothers me because it seems like that in here, like the sweet spot, there's very little spread. So the panning of these characters move about super fast. And I find that weird.
Parate. Sitio.
Like, notice how if we move here,
In avant, servientes.
how quickly they move.
Odio.
It's fairly. It could have used some sort of slight delay on the spread. Like if you move them instantly to the left, maybe shift it slowly. Similar.
Si.
Quad. Edifico. Parades. Masono.
Escolto. Laburons la terre.
Ubi vado.
The Norman army was now well supplied by a town,
Movo.
but it would take a sustained effort to keep the army at full strength.
Edifico.
Reinforcements have arrived. Okay.
Attention.
Another rebel town, Fulford, stood in defiance to William's rule.
Fulford. Right. Or Fulford.
Oh no. Turid ovos volets.
Cursores. Vado. Mandes. Escolto. Secco.
Che? Materia.
Ubi vado.
Definitely more guys.
Ubi vado.
Okay. Me? Codigo.
Spero.
Quad. Edifico.
Sigue.
Masono. Si.
So Andy, did you work on Ashes, the new Supermassive thing?
Laburo.
It seems getting good reviews.
Escolte.
Si.
My audio design friend Aaron Holland is working on it now. He seems kind of satisfied with what's going on.
Escolto.
This guy. Let's increase our army so. Yes, we turned off the music. Definitely turn that back. It was just that we turned it off so we could listen to armies as they move. Hey, die. Oh, a year and a half now. Okay. Okay, that's a decent amount of time.
Maudite servientes.
Good job.
Si.
There are no.
Si.
You're right. He's at Creative Assembly now. You're right. He did Ashes back then.
Ubi vado?
Spero. Escolte. Quitamus.
Escolto.
Taburo.
Ok.
It could. I mean, in the overall mix, seems like
Audite. Ite.
it's quite aggressive panning.
Ite.
So now they're not just fighting. What if I click?
Odio.
Yeah, then they do the shout. So attack activation clearly restarts whenever.
Bene.
Escolti.
Oh, now it's time to actually find out if these sound any different. Yes, here's a spearman. How's that sound? And here comes Vanguard Man at Arms.
Me?
Let's hear what he sounds like when he's done. Oh, so he sounds different. He doesn't have the click, but it's still the same sound-ish.
Audite.
At least the same aesthetic. I find this quite odd compared to what we're eating.
Quid.
But they must have their reason. Suppose.
Quod.
Me. Capians. Me. Capere. Che. Capio.
Spero. Capians. Escoltes, colones. Comprendo.
Spero. Bene. Edifico. Ma sono bene.
Vado.
Audite, servientes. In avant, servientes.
I'm wondering, what if we just stand here? Can these things go quickly?
Vado.
Ah, so now they attack. Oh! Listen to the phasing when they're moving, if they play the same sound. I mean, the overall... I'm doing my own thing. The project at SJ ended. I mean, we finished it up, so I wasn't permanently there. We wrapped up the Ascent. I left the project right like close before it was ending because they were finishing it up. So now I'm just doing my own thing, just as before. Basically, the job at SJ was also me doing it. Suppose. Seems to be very little voice limitation on these. Okay, something. Wondering if they, the engine side should have something that. But the guys at SJ, they're really good at what they're doing. No, but I'm with a startup thing. Finland, Iceland called Mainframe. Nice there.
Labour.
We have. We're working on a big project there. And then earlier today, actually, when yeah, the rumbly footsteps when they're moving about, but they
Attention, obey you.
They seem to change by the amount of armies or amount of units in the actual army, but it's that they seem to only go up to 4. So one guy here, notice this.
Archer in avant.
Hardly any footsteps. If we're 2,
Archer, ambula. Sieste.
very little. 3.
Archer, in avant. Sieste. Obey you.
Yeah, everybody's leaving DICE at the moment anyways, so they're all heading over to SJ apparently.
In avant, Archer.
They're making a dream team.
Sieste. Ambulance. Bene audite.
There's too few variations on these characters as well. Like Utera, twice right after some sort of. Anyway, let's try this formation again and see if we can get the phasing we had before. Anyway, let's
Ascolto. Seco.
and we need gold. We don't have any gold. Okay, anyway, hey Mekanen. We're about to wrap up soon. We've been on this for quite a while, but anyway, let's go and kill these here.
Odio. In avant. Je Benedite. Zitto.
Donetsk fuegos a pie.
Fuego ordine. Mehr Sultan. Cavalleria en Spanish. Destruo Quito. Décision. In avant. In avant.
Incontinent. Jury de Bosphorets.
Audite. Je veux in avant. Serviette. Destruo Quito.
Ah, and there's the gold mine. We need that.
Bende. Cavalleria en Spanish.
See, again, these notifications are too often, and the noise of them is disturbing. It's too loud, and it's kind of like bothering me. Especially if we already know that combat has already started. I don't need to know 90 times that I'm under attack. Is Fulford really a thing? Hey, Frederick. See you around.
With the Fulford rebels eliminated, William was one step closer to York. Knowing he would face strong resistance in the city, William prepared to bolster his cavalry.
Masono.
Yeah, Middletown and
Barats.
Fulham. Yeah. You're right. It seems like it actually. They did mention that this was up north. Hey, no worries, Frederick. I enjoy doing it, and more to come.
Labourance la terre.
Also, I'm doing a talk in Denmark here in November. I don't know if it will be aired at all, but the system that I made for that is a giant wise project with no game. It's from some idea that is spawned from what if you are this early in pre-production and you need to get started. Oh, with a wise project that early, how can you go about that? Quite interesting. Right, Orion. Have a nice playthrough, alright? Thanks for watching.
Odite. Allons-y.
Donnez, je suis votre serveuse.
Ascolto. Spero.
Mandements. Ok. À la materia.
See you, Andy. And you're more than welcome to drop by anytime. And cheers, Orion. Nice to meet you here. And good job on getting that job, by the way. I'm really happy to know people I've talked to,
Hommes,
sended stuff to,
Audience.
end up in the industry.
What?
Also, I'm about to wrap up once we got the landmark. Hey!
Parate. Obedio.
The North
Danish raiders spotted!
a new enemy, the Danes.
The Danes! I'm here! We are here!
William's army held back the Danes' attack, but they threatened to return unless William paid them in gold.
Yeah, that was how we worked, so... Stop the Danish raids, okay.
Ascolto.
What do we then get? And gold. Or destroy the Dane camp. We're goddamn hell yeah, we're destroying them. These guys here. Oh.
Escolto. Parats. Materia.
Ubi vado? Edifico.
Me. Massone. Escolto. Mandements.
We're so destroying that.
What? Che? Lavoro.
fini.
Construct a landmark.
Edifico.
Spero. Sado.
Pour laborar.
It seems to be swapping only between idle and combat. We haven't really tested it. Big note. Combat starts.
Homes, preparate.
Will quite soon. Let's just grab this army here and
Si.
Spero. Vado caverna.
Mandemans.
Vado caver.
what's this? So what if these go in there?
Moment ici, arquère.
Get one there.
Parate, arquère. Moment ici, arquère. Entendo.
On demand.
Venies, servientes.
What happened to our cavalry? Right, so notice, okay, so the music now is kind of tense, a little bit. Because there was just combat.
What? Escolto.
Nice.
Ubi vado? Parat somes.
What if we...
Colones.
Escolto.
Me?
we then get?
Parate. Sieste.
So apparently, I think some enemies close.
Venies, servientes. Paras.
Escolto. Che?
Escolte.
Poiro.
Escolto.
Escolte, colones. Mandemans. Materia. Edifico. Odite. Audience.
Me?
Let's just get these guys into position and then move.
Cavo. Ubi vado? Poiro. Che? Vado caver. Escolto. Cavo. What? Poiro.
Parates, servientes. Bene, bene.
Certes.
Let's listen for the combat
Au
here.
vostre service.
Parate, in avant, servientes.
Combat. Wait,
Me.
landmark.
Mandement.
Labour.
Mandements. Parat.
Ubi vado?
Colones, Perrin.
Escolte.
Spero.
Laburo.
Build a stable.
Preparate, arquère. Victoria. Momentes. Allons-y.
A la Valonza.
Si.
Felice et beat.
Escolte bene. Sì, cavo.
Escolte bene. Labor speranza. Con mi trenca. Gli affect.
Stable.
Io ma sono la cose.
Archery. Yeah, some sort of intensity layer. Some sort of intensity layer just fading in and out.
Tuts odite. Vado a lavorare.
Tutti udite.
Cos'è sarà massonata? Parate! Audience! Obedio! Promes! Odi! Ambulant! Promes! Preparate!
Mon destrier rimedio.
Reinforcements
William's
have arrived.
reinforcements from the south had arrived, adding vital numbers to his Norman army. The Normans discovered the source of the Danes' threat, an outpost on the water. William had a choice: bypass the encampment, destroy it, or
There's
pay
definitely
the Danes the
combat
gold
intensifier
they demanded.
in
Ecceli mandement. Vale, excavo. Tutti udite.
We already have a blacksmith. Oh,
Ecceli mandement. Si, capo.
stable. Horseman.
Attention. Quitte.
Envoyer, Girid.
Once we get closer.
Jury de vos volets.
Not much for combat reasons.
Obéir jusqu'au terrain formateur, odio. Diete, caval. Cavallarios parat.
What about when it ends?
Terrain formateur. Diete, caval. Quitte. In avant. Parat. In avant.
Honor est obéi.
Pétresse. Parat. Cito. Scara formateur.
Or the Danish king? Underwood.
Cavalario parat. Sagitaina. Vale.
In destroying the Dane outpost, William stripped the rebels of a crucial ally.
Sounds like it's just this weird layer of intensity.
Ben.
More than we can see.
Quitte.
William's ultimate goal was within his grasp.
Quitte.
All that remained was to enter York and destroy its keep.
Yeah. So, are we? This is William. That's not Braveheart.
Parate. Odite, servientes. Odite. Obeio.
Honor mon destrier.
Caval Enzo Cavallo ici. Quedman Kungo si. Commandes. Cavalario, parade.
What about when it's more intense?
Sagita in arco.
Eccilimandement. Vale excavo.
Quemandes. Janvier parade.
We can upgrade these.
Sagita in arco. Si, parade. Quemandes.
Well, these are quite reverb heavy.
Arquière parade.
Not bad though.
Bene audité. Arco parade. Quedmande. Si. Chevroir Giride. Si. Oye. Cavale para si volés.
William's just gonna... Serious. It's gotta be something.
Attention! Quiete, cavale! Audite! In avant! Barrière! Prenez audite! Cavalario parade! Attention! Obéio!
Here we go.
Donetsk, jury do Smolensk.
Combat music is kind of weak. I mean, this is a combat heavy game. Okay, but maybe it's because then we would have combat music all the time. I'm just wondering if William is William Wallace. Wait. So the sound of the spawning of a
The
character.
Norman army poured into York and began sacking the town as they bore down on the keep.
Whenever we spawn a character, a new footman or something. Can we hear it up here? Is that 2D?
Quedmandes! Cavalario!
Honor reste nommé.
Quiete! Cavalario!
Alright, Nodix. Nice to meet you here. Have a good evening. Thanks for watching. It'll be over real soon. Game's just there we go. So yeah, so William's voice is totally at least has an attenuation that is mild. So we can hear him shouting. Fuck you.
The keep fell to the Norman army, and York was secured. The Northern Rebellion was over, and William the Conqueror was uncontested as King of England.
Oh, so now I need to start, and people. Wonders of bullshit. So combat ended, and anyway, everybody. So combat ended, and thanks for watching, everybody. Anyway, everybody. So combat ended, and I'm gonna block this watching, everybody. Now we need to. Anyway, thanks for watching. Been a long stream, but you all learned something. Cheers, guys. You are very welcome, Blue Sky Sound. Cheers.